The woman in the window. It happened last weekend when I stayed late at the office to finish some deadlines. By the time I left, it was past midnight, and the streets were completely deserted. I live in a small apartment on the second floor of an old building, the kind of place that creaks, no matter how quietly you move. As I unlocked the door and stepped inside, everything seemed normal. Quiet, still, until I noticed my bedroom light was on. Weird, because I always turn it off before leaving. At first, I told myself I must have forgotten, but something about it felt off. I walked into the room slowly, flipping the switch off, and froze. Across the street, in the window of the building directly facing mine, there was a woman standing there staring into my apartment. She didn't flinch when I looked at her. She didn't move at all, just stood perfectly still watching me. I tried to brush it off. Maybe she was zoning out, looking through me and nod at me. But then, she raised her hand and waved. I don't know why, but my blood ran cold. I shut the curtains immediately and went to bed, trying to forget about it. The next morning, I told myself it was nothing. But when I left for work, I glanced at that same window. It was empty, like nothing had happened. That night, though, it got worse. I woke up at 3 a.m. to the sound of tapping. Not loud, but consistent. Tap, tap, tap. I sat up in bed, heart racing, and realized it was coming from my window. I didn't want to look, but I had to. Slowly, I pulled the curtain aside. It was her. She was outside my window on the second floor. There's no balcony, no fire escape. Just her face, pressed against the glass, smiling. I screamed and ran out of the apartment, straight to my car. I haven't been back since. The landlord says there's no way anyone could have been up there, but I know what I saw. And the worst part? When I checked the camera feed from my doorbell, no one ever left the building.